Hello everyone, this is Shakun, and welcome to the grimdark future of Warhammer 40k Dawn of War Soulstorm. Now this war takes place in the scorched wastes of the Principian Badlands, where a once loyal region turned to become the Renegade Guards have fortified an entire sector into an outpost of rebellion. So you can see there are three Renegade Guards here in the north to the east side of the map. But the Emperor's justice is swift. Marching upon this den of defiance are three loyalist forces. We have the 18th Space Marine Legion, the Sons of Vulcan, the Salamanders, or the Salamanders rather, with two of their Scout Marine squads already out in the battlefield, as well as one of them trying to take one strategic point while one is still going on there. They have already set up their furnace, they will start making their force commander or their tactical marine squad. For here, for the smithery, you can see that they are prioritizing the tech marine. Alongside them, descending in fury and grace, the 9th Space Marine Legion, the Sons of Sanguinius, the Blood Angels. Already also they also have the same standard template with already making the progenitor barracks, as well as trying to also set up their listening posts at the strategic points that they are trying to capture. One of the Scout Marine or Assault Scout squads is already finished taking or capturing that strategic point right there, with one more Assault squad being produced as well for the Blood Angels. Already also finishing their plasma generator. And bolstering the line, the pride of the Astra Militarum, we have the Praetorian Guard. Already finishing up making their generator, as well as having the regulars, the soldiers of the Astra Militarum, with their, oh my god, I hit my mic, I'm sorry, with their company HQ, which is an interesting thing to see, considering like this looks somewhat like, like modern, or not modern, but 19, not Victorian, I'm gonna say, but like somewhere in the middle. Yeah, like industrialization or industrial. Oh my god, I'm stuttering. Now that introductions are finished, let's get on with the match. So let's just go with the normal speed here. And so far, all of the factions here are just doing their standard builds, trying to get as much of these strategic posts as possible. You can see the Salamanders here. They just recently got the Promethean power generator out to be built by one of their tech marines, with them in their furnaces prioritizing their force commanders right here. And the Scout Marines, although like they only have two, one of them is going to take one relic while the other is trying to take one strategic point. They've already gotten a bunch of strategic points here, with the Blood Angels being the next. Let's go to the different players here to see what requisition resource they have as of now. So the Salamanders, they have 6412, the same for each and every faction except for the Renegade Guard, who has less than 4 requisition resource. However, we can see the Salamanders side here, the Scout Marine squads are a bit of trouble, considering the revolutionary volunteers here have decided to revolt and say goodbye to the Scout Marines and goodbye to the loyalists of the Empire. They're still trying to force their way into the Space Marines, trying to kill at least one of them. However, the Force Commander squad is already out in the battlefield, pushing away any sort of revolutionary volunteers that is trying to kill this Scout Marine. And more of the revolutionary volunteers is effectively trying to also assassinate two of the Scout Marine squads here, as two of the Scout Marines here that is trying to get the relic that they have already captured, and one of the Scout Marines will be able to escape this, while one will perish to their death. There's more revolutionary volunteers here in the middle section, as well as in the northwest side of the map, where you can see the Praetorian Guard. They have just set up in the high ground more regimental statues. They're listening posts rather, so that they can get much more requisition resource than they had before. On the Salamander side, though, you can already see they've already spawned in their tactical marines, where they will try and kill these volunteers because these are heretics. These are not loyal to the empire, and to the Imperium itself. But more of the volunteers are rushing in towards and helping the damaged squads of the revolutionary volunteers here, and also trying to help their commanders, the Renegade Magister Officarium, as well as the bloodied handled soldier here. And there are so many of these Vraxam militia soldiers that are basically counters for heavy infantry, which is bad for our Salamander brothers. You can see them trying to retreat to the safety to their spawning location. However, the Scout Marines are trying to lose their life here. They will be able to be picked off by the Renegade Guards. Both of the two armies here that are situated are now at the doorstep of the Salamanders, and I don't know how they will be able to counter this. The Tactical Marines are in the heavy cover here, while one of the listen posts is being constructed by the Tech Marine here. The Scout Marines is still trying to help their battle brothers of the Tactical Marines. They're still trying to regain more of their units. Each unit is still trying to at least sacrifice their lives for the Imperium. However, the Vraxian militia soldier is too great to handle. The Tech Marine is trying to tank this. However, the Tech Marine falls down to... No, it will not. It will survive. It will push down. It will retreat. You can see the sheer amount of Renegade Guards trying to intercept, trying to be aggressive, just holding down this offensive line here in the front of each and every loyalist's faction here. You can see the Salamanders still trying to push back the volunteers. They were successful in doing so. However, they cannot predict what is the next wave, or when the next wave will come. You can already see in the relic there's only a level 1 listening post already upgraded. However, the Salamanders are unaware that there is one more squad that is going towards their spawning location, or base rather, you could say. There's only the listening post is trying to hit them as well, but you can see the Blackguard Bodyguard, that is one heck of a name, is trying to incinerate the volunteers as well as the commander units. However, the listening post is getting as much damage as it can already take. The Tech Marine, 2 of the Tech Marines is already here trying to repair it, as the Salamander is trying to go back to the entrance towards their base. The Battle Brothers of Red, the Blood Ravens, is here to assist us in our defense here in the base right now. As you can see, the Razorback is already available to the Salamanders, as well as they've already made the Anvil as well as the Promethean Cult, with more of the Promethean power generators being made as of today. Oh my god. And then you already have on the listening post is already spelling trouble, considering there's so many volunteers, so many commanding units here trying their best to remove this listening post and try to capture it as well. But we are preoccupied as the Salamanders as well as the Blood Ravens, Blood Angels. Oh my god, I missed my battle brother critter caliber right now. But the Blood Angels are trying their best to help us in successfully destroying their offense here, making ourselves much more giving us more time rather to organize our units right now. As you can see, the Blood Angels are returning back to their base so that they can also organize and possibly ready themselves for the next wave. You can already see for the Patronian Guards, they're still standing on the high ground here, as they have seen too many Star Wars films, not Sky Wars, what the fuck? Star Wars films saying, Renegade Guard, I have the high ground. Or something like that. I am cringe. I'm so sorry. You can see the Razorback is still trying to kill as much of the infantry here as possible, with the volunteers doing their best trying to kill this Razorback. However, the Razorback is very indestructible, considering these guys are still infantries, and more and more tactical marines are still out in the battlefield with them upgraded heavy bolters, which are good counters for pesky revolutionary volunteers with their since they are infantry. And the Salamanders are able to defend their side of the map once again. You can also see the Blood Angels also trying to intercept or make a pincer attack here on the militia soldier, as well as the volunteers here right now. The volunteers have made this listening post theirs. However, we will be able to acquire that back with the help of our battle brothers, the Blood Angels. The Renegade Guard will not stop. They still are trying to push forward this offense here with their Chimera out in the battlefield right now, and as well as their Heretic. Oh my god, I like the pun intended, Heretic. And you can see the Sergeant, the Tactical Marine Squads or the Space Marine Squads of the Blood Ravens will be able to take that strategic point. And you know what? Yeah, let's let them have that, because considering how they literally were the ones who defeated the ones who captured or took the strategic points here. However, you can see that they are very vulnerable with the attack here of the Renegade Guard, with the help of the Razorback as well as the Land Speeder of the Salamanders. Both of the battle brothers of red and green will be able to pick these out. You can see the Salamanders have already deployed a bunch of their tactical marines as they ready to be unloaded in their Razorbacks. However, there is a pincer attack right now from the Renegade Guard. Will the Renegade Guard be able to break the defense line of the Salamanders as well as the Blood Angels? Unfortunately, yes, they will be able to. From the Razorback, you can see also that they try to unload the the Salamanders, ready to unload their Space Marine squads and basically kill as much of the volunteers here in the battlefield right now. There's one more Razorback here, unloaded their Tactical Marine squads. And yes, unfortunately for the Renegade Guard, despite one of the Razorbacks being killed, they will be able to hold the defense here. The Loyalists themselves, with one of the with the Force Commander here now trying to help boost morale for all of the units that is available in the battle on the map right now. You can already see one Chimera is having a bit of trouble here, considering the pathfinding here, and one Land Speeder will be able to take the full brunt force of the voluntaries here. The problem is he's still trying to jump. He's not trying to jump. He's trying to sacrifice himself. No, he will jump. The Razorback here is halting his attacks from the volunteers, considering that there was one more Chimera at the back of this, and one of the Land Speeders is heavily damaged. But overall, you can see that the map is fully capacitated with battles at each side of the map, with the Loyalists still trying to push forward slowly but surely. They are winning this match. You can see the Renegade Guard already have their Beastmen, their Vraksha, militia soldiers, revolutionary volunteers, their sentinels, any sort of army that they have, still trying to push here in the middle side of the map, and they have successfully taken over this side, with only 60% of the map itself being held by the Loyalists. The Salamanders still focusing on the base itself, since there is an attack. The Skulk Tank is already here on the base, trying to kill each and every one of the Tactical Marine squads. The Tactical Marine squads are having a bit of a trouble here, considering that this Tactical Marine squad is focusing mainly on the melee side of its attack type, with one more of the Rogue Psyker trying their best, trying to kill this defense that the Salamanders have, so that the Salamanders won't have any chance at regrouping their troops. You can already see one Chimera here, as bold as they move towards our base, or move towards the Salamander's base. They have been completely eradicated from the map, as well as one of the vehicles that they acquired, or they have. I don't know what they're called. Let me find it on the map. These are called Sentinels. Yeah, one of the Sentinels has been dealt with by the Razorbacks, as well as the Scout Marine squads. The Scout Marine squads are having a bit of a trouble, considering the Revolutionary Volunteers have their upgrades. They have their Chaos Preacher, but their upgrades are still trying to be upgraded with one of the missile launchers, which is a very bad upgrade for our Razorbacks here, for the Blood Angels as well as the Praetorian Guards. They are the ones who are in the offense. They are still trying to secure the offense here. They are still trying to push back the heretics, the traitors to the Imperium. You can see the Blood Ravens already have their veteran squads out in out in the battlefield. The first company, or I don't know how many, or what company they are, but I just know they're the best of the best of their chapter, of what the chapter of the Blood Angels can offer. The Razorback here is trying their best to move away, but there are so many tactical marines that the driver of the Razorback does not want to squash them all, and he will most likely lose his life trying to serve his battle brothers at the best of his ability. No, wait, he is still trying to go back with more of the Praetorian Guards still trying to move towards the front line. We have your Griffin 4 pattern Chimera here trying their best to counter the Chimera itself, and that is such a interesting thing to know that the Renegade Guard and the Praetorian Guard have somewhat the same what do you call this, army type or army selection. But let's go back to the Salamanders, as they are currently getting beaten again with one of the Razorbacks destroyed on the battlefield right now, with one of the Sentinels already back with the assault squad that are slowly but surely approaching the Salamanders side of the map, with one of the relics is still trying to be taken over by the Renegade Guard. The Battle Brothers, the Blood Angels, is trying their best to intercept any sort of enemies that are moving towards the assault squad. So the assault squads are basically the only things that will be hitting the Salamanders. The Salamanders have formed a very good defensive line here, trying their best not to be too close to the base itself, so that they will be able to focus more on building more units and building more of those structures as well. There's already a Promethean cult out with the upgrade of To the Last Man, and these are basically enabling the Force Commander orders the nearby squads to hold the line at all costs, basically increasing their morale. You can see the Salamanders here trying their best to hit the Volunteers as well as the Renegade Guard themselves, and they were successful at holding the line with the Predator already out in the battlefield. This will change the tide of war. Will they be able to conquer it? I am pretty much sure that they will, considering that there is no more force here for the Renegade Guard, and the Salamanders slowly but surely retake their side of the map. Slowly but surely getting also most of their units out as well. You can see that the Primaris Eradicators are out in the map as well, and it's just so funny to see the eyes. But anyways, you can see thanks to the Blood Angels, we were able to, or the Salamanders were able to hold themselves and reclaim most of the map, most of their side of the map, as well as organize most of their forces. You can see now that they are also helping their battle brothers, the Blood Angels, get back the listening post here at the front, where the the Salamanders, their Space Marine squads, is slowly but surely going to towards one of the bases of the Renegade Guard instead, and suddenly the tide of war has changed. The tables have turned. The Loyalists are pushing towards the offensive, and now it's the Renegade Guard who are at the defensive. Sentinels here being more aggressive, being at the long range, stalking tanks, taking the full force of the enemy side. The Loyalists, Loyalist heavy hitters with the Dreadnoughts already out for the Blood Ravens, and you can also see for the Salamanders here, the Primaris and Furnace are trying to take the relic, as well as the Praetorian Guards already setting up shop here with the mortar emplacement, as well as the Griffin Type 4 vehicle forge. There's also a stock tank which can kill the Hermes pattern Sentinel. I'm just so shocked that the Praetorian Guard and the Renegade Guard are somewhat like cousins, but the Renegade Guard is like the evil cousin. So it's like the Space Marine versus the Chaos Space Marine, which is interesting to see, because you can now see in the Salamander side with their Tactical Marines as well as their Tactical Terminator Assault Squad here in the front right now, trying to kill one more stock tank, and they will be able to kill most of the heavy hitters here in the Renegade Guard side of the map. You can see one more orbital relay will be able to shot down in deep space. I wonder who that is. One more. There is a Vault of Remembrance that is currently finished in the Salamander side, and there's more to come in the Blood Raven side as well. You can see that this is an interesting town hall, not gonna lie. But enough with the ADHD. I wonder who that was. It is the Terminator Squad. The Terminator Squad has been sent down by the chapter masters themselves, or by the chapter themselves, to assist their battle brothers in reclaiming one part of this outpost, or destroying one part of the outpost for the Renegade Guard. The Blood Ravens are here also trying to help with the battle brothers of Green with their Razorback, as well as their tactical squads with their veteran squads and assault scout squad. So many more Space Marines are helping out. One by one, they are gathering here at the front of one of the bases of the armies of the Renegade Guard, with their dreadnoughts already slowly but surely marching, and the Death Company Rhino. The Primaris Infernus, late to the party as always, is currently in the battlefield now, helping his battle brothers take what is available. Basically, one more Storm Tank will be able to go rush in and kill one of the Terminator squads that is here, but the Razorbacks, as well as so many Primaris Eradicators, Predator, as well as the Primaris or the Tactical Marines, have melted down the stock tank thanks to the Melta guns, as well as the multi-Meltas, which is good for vehicles and armored targets. Most effective for armored targets. You can see for the Praetorian Guard, they are having a bit of a difficulty here, considering that there is a frontal assault by the Renegade Guard with their Ogre Berserkers here. However, they were able to stabilize and... Oh, what the heck is that? What the heck? Their Medusa? Is that... Oh my god, that's dangerous. No, I don't know who shot that missile, but it seems that, yeah, like I said, the Praetorian Guard has been able to stabilize for quite some time now. With the help of the Salamanders as well as the Blood Ravens, they will be able to take down one of the forces of the Renegade Guard here. And so far, there is no player defeated called, but slowly but surely, we will be able to push to another side of the map. One more Dreadnought has been called into the battlefield. Upgraded with anything? No. It has not been upgraded, but it will be able to take down a lot of these enemies, considering that it will take a substantial amount of time to kill one Dreadnought, considering the army the enemy has currently trying to devastate here in this side of the map. The Praetorian Guard, as always, has a lot of units now, with the Skull Probes attached to each and every one of those irregulars, and slowly but surely pushing to the next enemy's line. Or next enemy. The enemy right now is holding down the line, doing what seems to be a defensive line. Ironically, they were the ones who were being more aggressive earlier in the game itself, but now it's the loyalists, like I said, who are pushing towards them. One of the Renegade Guards has already been defeated, with most of the Blood Ravens taking on the strategic post that they had previously, but they only have one left as a reminder of their failure. The Blood Ravens sent down their Assault Terminator squad, as well as the Tactical Marine squad that didn't want to wait to go and walk to the battlefield. Instead, they were shot down in deep space to help their battle brothers here in the next Renegade Guard spawn location. The Praetorian Guard tried to do an offense here, or tried to push this small pathway leading to the base of one of the Renegade Guards. However, the Renegade Guards were successful in holding down the line. However, with the help of a lot of the Space Marine chapters of the Blood Angels, as well as the Salamanders, with their multiple upgrades in their weapons, they will be able to take down one more Renegade Guard outpost here. With one Renegade Guard outpost, or one more Renegade structure in the high ground, not being able to be detected by the sheer amount of forces here at the low ground, one Dreadnought will be able to destroy one turret. However, it will sacrifice their lives for the greater good. One Predator here right now trying to take one stock tank. I wonder who wins. It's probably the Predator, considering that the Primaris Eradicator has helped the Terminator, or Predator rather, kill one of the stock tank. You can also see there was an overtook command sent down by one of the commanders here of the Blood Ravens, or maybe the Salamanders. We don't know, but there's so many of them happening, or so many of them happening, so much happening in this game right now. Another one is another, what do you call that? Deep Strike is already down here. I think that was one of the Death Company, but I'm not so sure. So much more is happening in this side of the map. So much has been destroyed on the Renegade Guard side, and the Loyalists are successful at not only defending their own bases, even the Salamanders, but they have held their ground, and they have decided to take the fight to the Renegade Guard, to show them that there's nothing to fear, that the Imperium is not the enemy. Although they do some sketchy stuff. One more Dreadnought will be sent down via Deep Strike, and the Praetorian Guard are successful in the so many attempts that they tried to push this pathway. They have successfully broken down the Renegade Guard's defensive line, and they will be able to destroy one more bastion before the Renegade Guard falls down and surrender to its knees. And yeah, no, there's just a lot more happening in the Loyalist side. You can see the Salamanders, they're not really doing that much other than adding more forces to the army that is currently marching towards the Renegade Guard's bases, and there are 4 Tech Marines out currently for them, as well as the Blood Ravens already focusing on their company HQ, keeping making more of those buildings, with the Praetorian Guards also doing the same thing. Now, the final moments of one last outpost here for the Renegade Guard. The last bastion here will be taken down by the Praetorian Guard, as well as the Blood Angels, as well as the Salamanders themselves. And look at the sheer amount of squads or army there is right now for the Salamanders, as well as for the Blood Angels themselves. Brothers in battle, you could say. And yeah, I could say a lot, or I could say what's happening around the map as of now, but let's just focus on one more Dreadnought one last time. But no, I think this will be the final moments of the Renegade Guard. They have underestimated the powers of the Blood Raven, or the powers of the Astra Militarum, as well as the Imperium. They have realized their mistake, but it is too late, as one of the commanders will send down a message, a deep strike, an orbital command strike here at the plasma generator farm that they have set up near the strategic post, with one of the Dreadnoughts also being sent down, raining hellfire, taking the full force of a maybe battleship laser. And yes, guys, I think this is GG's. The Renegade Guard only has one last defense with 2 Medusas and 1 more Chimera out in the battlefield. And yeah, I guess that's GG's for this game. So if you guys, yeah, like I said, want me to commentate or cast your games, please let me know. Or if you want, you could just push or post or send that or submit that to the link in the description below. I will do my best to commentate as well as cast your games, because yeah, I just enjoy watching you guys play Dawn of War, especially the Unification mod, as it enhances as well as adds a whole lot more to your gameplay as well. So yes, I think this is the finalist of finals. Look at the amount of units here in the battlefield right now. You can see the Praetorian Guards resting finally resting, considering or knowing that the Imperium is once more, or the galaxy is once more safe, thanks to them, with their blood angels, as well as the salamanders leading the front line. Yes, leading the front line. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry if I stuttered too much. I think yeah, 20 minutes into a game is crazy. But nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to leave a like and maybe comment on how my commentator or casting or voiceover, whatever you want to call it, went. You could also subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you won't miss any of my videos, and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And recently, I also post a lot of Dawn of War content on Reddit. You can also join the Dawn of War subreddit to see me post, well, daily. But that is it for today. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Good luck to any ongoing activities in life. And I'll see you next time. This is Shotgun. Have a great day. It's so funny to see the eye thing. What do you call it? The pupil. I don't know if that's canon or not, but that is funny. And you can also see it's, like, I love the predator design for the blood angels. I hope, like, I could get someone to play as them, you know? But yeah, let's just see. Anyways, thank you so much, guys.